Dude, this is why I can't quit social media and scrolling. Because you don't see cute things like Husky Dad meets all his puppies for the first time and he's so proud. And you see this Husky Dad like sniffing his pups. And then, just jumping around. This is what you don't see when you don't scroll. This is the problem, okay? I haven't been on here in a while. I've been busy. It's Monday morning and it's December 1st. Where did the time even go? Okay, and some updates. Are there any important updates? Oh my god, I look so rough. I just woke up. Okay. I have finished my blue journal. I already kept it. But it's the one with the cats. Cats or dogs, yeah. And I have now started my new one. This is the butterfly one. Started it November 24th. And I'm already over here. So it's towards the end. Like, I did this to most of my journals, okay? This is not really a journal. This is more of like a brain dump for other things, and I started to add a label to my journal. So I put my name. I put a date on when I started the journal and how old I was. 31 years old. Yeah. So I started this journal in 2024. 2024 last year, and it's in November. And then so I was making these tags, right? And I noticed that most of the journals that I've started and kept always started November. Actually, even the blue one. Oh wait, no, the blue one started February. But there is always a journal that starts November, and then I guess it's because towards the end of the year, that's when I get a bit reflective and think about my life for the past year, plus planning on what the new year should be. And then I write a bit for January, February, a lot, okay, because of like this coming year. I mean, the upcoming year. And then I sort of not really stop, but the entries get sparse in between like February, and then it starts and then it starts a bit again on September because it's gonna be my birthday, and then September sparse, and then November, that's when I start to journal daily again. So, and I am using my, how I bought this pen with the colored set, and look how it does run out fast. I think it runs out fast because it's a thick barrel, 1.6 millimeter, right? But also because I've been writing a lot, and I successfully resisted hoarding the pens, so that's great. Though I did buy a pack of the blacks because the blacks is what I would be using a lot. A 24 count costed me 450 pesos on Shopee, which, okay, let's see. That would be like 19 pesos each, which for me it's very much worth it. Especially that we don't have this in the Philippines. Like, why? Okay, we dropped off Yanyan, and it's so much easier nowadays because I just literally have to drop her off and she goes to her room by herself. Okay, what did I get? Okay, this is like overkill packaging for what I got because it's simply an adapter. It is a USB Type-C to micro USB. So it just plops in like this, like an extension. I'm not taking it off. So then when I go elsewhere, I don't have to pack a separate charger for this because my photo printer that I use for my travel journal is micro USB powered. Okay, I think I'm supposed to be putting it here.
When you look at these two lines together, she's saying, I'm dying from being myself, but I'm also dying from trying to seem cool. There is no middle ground. Yes. Like, this world doesn't allow you to express yourself fully without being completely criticized and judged.
Yeah. So what have I been reading recently? I have been reading The School for Good Mothers, and it's so good. Absolutely good. Because it went to a place that I did not expect, and I'm very delighted by that. This is, oh, by the way, by Jessamine Chan. This book, okay, is so unique because aside from the fact that it talks about, being a mom. Okay, wait, let me just tell first the synopsis, okay? So this woman, okay, the story starts, the police calls her and tells her that we got your baby. And she's like, oh my God. Because here's what happened, okay? So she is a working mom. She left some files at the school she's working at. So she went back to the school, and then instead of just, grabbing the files and going home, she started answering emails at the school, and she lost track of time. And eventually, it's been hours since she has left her infant daughter. I think at the time, the baby was like 8 months old, and the neighbors heard the baby crying, and so they called on 911. We hear a baby crying next door, and we think that she has been abandoned or left alone, which is something you wouldn't do. Like, you won't do that in the States. You absolutely won't do it in the Philippines either. It's like, if it's not allowed to be done in the Philippines, I mean, not sure if people can call the police on you, but normally as an adult, you wouldn't do that. You would never leave an infant alone, a toddler, whatever, right? And so they're like, okay. She's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I lost track of time. I love my daughter. She's divorced with her husband. And so now the husband gets, temporary custody because she has been deemed unfit to be a mother. And since it's December, it's starting to get really, the dry skin. That's why I'm instead of yeah. So, and then so stuff's happening. I feel so bad for this woman because first of all, the woman. Okay, so she's divorced because she caught her husband cheating, and then she would have taken her husband back, but the problem is the husband was like, I'm sorry, I'm in love with this girl, so they divorced. And when they divorced, so now this guy is living with Susanna. Okay, the husband's name is Gust, the mistress name is Susanna, the name of our main character is, why am I thinking Violet? Because that's the name of the character of the previous book that I read. Frida. Okay, Frida, as in Frida Kahlo. So she is half Asian, half Chinese, half white. So she is worried about her little baby being taken care of by her ex-husband and the new wife, which was the girl that was, that she was cheated on with. Anyway, yeah. So that's the whole mess there. And then she goes into a trial and all that. And then the judge says, yeah, we deem that you are not yet ready to take care of your daughter. So you're gonna go to this place, okay? It's sort of a rehab. And you would say, yeah, it is the school for good mothers because they're trying to teach these bad mothers how to be good. His breath smells like Yakult. Ooh, my dear boy. My dear boy. Yeah. And so she goes there, and this place is very dystopian. Okay, so they gave them each. So if you have an infant baby, they're gonna give you an infant robot, but it's human-like. Okay, you can smell them. When you smell the head, you don't smell the sweaty goodness of an actual kid. You smell our main character Frida describes it as smelling the rubber tire. It smells like that. But they do speak if you teach them. Just they're kids too, and they have the anatomy and then they also have, they can develop feelings like you, the way that you see them, they can see you too. And it's like you give this kid a baby, I mean, you give this kid a name. Frida named hers Emmanuel, and Emmanuel calls her then mommy. So it's like basically practicing how to be a good mom and the rubrics for how you will pass. So if you pass this rehab thing, you can go back and get your kid and have custody over a kid, or at least, you know, have more than an hour of visitation at a time. Oh wait, no, now they don't have visitation. At first she had to have the visitations, right? But when she's in rehab, she can only call her daughter via like FaceTime. But if you fail this school / test, first of all, you're gonna be labeled as like a child abuser, not child abuser, like, yeah, you will be in the registry for child neglect and child abandonment. And obviously, all the things that you do in your life will be, you know, tainted by that record. So I'm loving the story so far. I am currently, I don't know, 40% through? Am I? 47, almost 50% through. And we get to know all the characters inside this place. So very, very touching, you know, the things that these mothers, like, some of them I don't really agree with, like, some of them I felt like, well, actually, even what Frida did for me is not acceptable, like leaving your child. And then also she talks about how she felt so free when there was no crying. Like, I get it. I get that feeling as well, because sometimes I feel that way. But then what I do is, like, I go to a separate room, get that peace and quiet for like 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'm okay. Yeah, but leaving the daughter for a huge stretch of hours, like 2 to 3 hours or something. Okay, I'm glad too much about that, but that is what I'm currently reading. Okay, we're waiting for Yan Yan.
Okay, let's get that.
Let's get her, but she's not here yet.
It's not finished.
Okay, 3 o'clock. I hope they come out
I think
on time.
and baby was gone.
Because I'm in the spot again, you know, the spot that makes me so anxious.
Baby is
I just want you. Oh man. Have a couple kids, get the whole lot looking like. I was gonna cook, but then I realized that, okay, yeah, I have to review Yan Yan because she has her exam tomorrow. And I feel like after cooking, my energy, like, you know, cooking really takes so much of my energy.
70.
So I'm just gonna shift over the energy to
Me.
reviewing with my daughter. She's like, me, of course. Of course. Oh, you ready to study, dear? Yeah, I'm gonna go change clothes. Dude, it was a good choice to not cook because 2 hours in and I am like dying. I give her a rest. We're gonna continue later, 7. I ate munggo. Oh, okay, and pinakbet. Super good. What else? I'm feeling kind of sniffly. Okay, this, I'm not even showing you things. I think this entire vlog is just me talking on the camera.